Welcome to the interview. I'm Dan Hollander. Today we're talking with Larry Glass, Lawrence County Ambulance Service Director. Larry, good to have you with us.
And thank you for having me, Dan.
A lot of folks overlook your services, I know, because they've never had to use them. But when it's necessary, you guys are there, aren't you?
Yes, we are. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah. What's the history of the Lawrence County Ambulance Service, basically?
Well, the ambulance service today started in Lawrence County in September of 1972, and we've evolved since then. Me personally, I was hired as a driver, and the county sent me through all the schools to become what I am today as the paramedic. Yeah. Up until that point, the funeral homes used to man the ambulances, and that's how we evolved.
Mm-hmm. And you got 27 full-time employees, personnel, and 8 part-time. I wouldn't have thought there'd be that many, but I guess it does take that many.
Yes, because we run 4 trucks, 24 hours a day. Takes 2 persons per truck, and then Michelle and I are administrative staff, and we have a lady down in the budget office that works on ambulance billing.
Yeah. How's ambulance service financed?
Through county taxpayers. It's through the general fund.
Yeah. Let's talk a little about training. You don't just walk in the door here and become an ambulance driver.
No,
not anymore anyway.
No, you not anymore. We can't even hire you unless you have a license to practice. Columbia State offers the program. Motlow offers the program. So and even Muscle Shoals, their college down there also offers a EMT paramedic program.
And I would imagine they're all pretty well equal, aren't they?
Yes, I mean they have a curriculum that they have to put out,
right?
Take national registry, and that's how you maintain or get your license.
Yeah. How about the equipment? Most people who don't know about the equipment on an ambulance are lucky people because they've never had to be there.
Yes, there's several $1,000s worth of equipment on that truck. The heart monitor alone is probably $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we have all kind of specialized equipment.
And I guess upkeep is pretty darn expensive, isn't it?
We have to have our equipment tested every year. I mean, our insurance, our cardiac monitors, they go through a process every year. We call it PMs, preventive maintenance, to make sure that they're operating proficiently and what they're designed to do. And that isn't cheap, you're right. But the biggest expense probably in equipment-wise goes into keeping the ambulances up.
And you don't have a choice, you got to do that.
That's right.
Well, 2 air ambulance companies, Air Evac and Vanderbilt Flight. What situations require the use of an air ambulance?
Well,
and that's hard to pinpoint, I know.
Really, there is a criteria. I mean, patients that present with stroke symptoms, we want to get them to definitive care. Nashville, Vanderbilt, those kind of hospitals up there that provide stroke care. Mm-hmm. Our local hospital does stroke care as well, but they will be eventually shipped up, especially if it's pertaining to a stroke that has a bleed. Mm-hmm. Any kind of trauma that warrants a level 1 trauma center, those folks, we can fly them, we're going to fly those folks out.
Yeah. Just a thought. Does that make the patient upset that they know they're going on a flight because they're in possibly critical condition?
Well, we can give those folks medications to help relax that anxiety. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I can see where they get anxious, hey, what are you doing?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Different ways that you're notified that an ambulance is needed, other than the phone.
Well, we're totally 911 dispatched here.
Okay.
So our calls come through the 911 center and they tone us out. And I have no control over that. We may hear that while you and I are sitting here talking.
Yeah.
It's a big horn, and dispatch will tell us where the call is, and we'll respond from there.
Right, okay. And I know this is a big deal for you, yielding the right of way to ambulances. Some people just don't think, I guess.
Well, I think, Dan, with the cars that they have today, they're so much quieter, noise is blocked, and people do not hear us. But, you know, law requires that you move over to the right and stop, and that's what we like to see. But we have training that's mandated, emergency vehicle operations courses that we have to attend every year, and we try to drive defensively.
Yeah. We hear about mutual aid agreements. What is that, and how does that work?
Okay, counties, like, we could be overwhelmed. We have 4 ambulances. We could have more calls than we have trucks for. Giles County is a mutual aid with us. They will come and back us up. We go back them up. Our bordering counties will come to us if we need assistance, and we'll go to them if they need assistance.
Okay. What items, and I know you're pretty hot on this, should area residents keep handy just in case an ambulance is needed?
A big help to us is their medication list. That's one of the first things that they're going to ask for when we get to the ER, and their medical history. If they've got it written down somewhere so we can have it, you know, if they have a history of cardiac issues, if they've had strokes, surgeries, anything like that, and they had that wrote down so they could just hand that off to that paramedic so he wouldn't have to gather those medicines up. They could just hand it to him on the list.
Mm-hmm. What do you think ambulance service is going to look like in the future? Is it going to resemble what's here now, or is it going to be totally different?
Well, I think it'll depend a lot on the automobile industry. If you know, I was in a conference not long ago, and they're talking about ambulance, you know, the cars that can fly over town. I can't see that in my imagination, but it may happen one of these days.
For people who want some more information, and I guess we should couple this with, if you need an ambulance, what's the best way to get one?
911 for us.
Larry Glass, Lawrence County Ambulance Service Director. That's the interview, and we thank you for watching.